Welcome to another edition of CWL Universe. Make sure to check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/KirbyCWL for more of your favorite content. The description will have the link below, and I hope to see you there. Enjoy the show.
This was footage found last Sunday at Gold in the Bank, and it looks like it's Greteri getting beat up by an enraged Chris Princess after he took a loss to Greteri a couple weeks ago. And as we see here, I think this rivalry is clearly far from over, as we just see Chris Princess just trying to beat down Greteri as hard as he possibly can. With the, oh god, those vicious headbutts, just absolutely brutal here from Chris Princess.
Absolutely. Princess is a man who has just made CWL his playground over his time here, and the way that he's brutalizing Greteri, the way that he brutalized Greteri at Gold in the Bank just goes to show how vicious he is when he doesn't get his way. Oh my god, but look, Greteri managed to fight back.
Yeah, he almost was about to get his head taken off, but Greteri not letting this, getting himself jumped, let him just be attacked like this. He's fighting back.
Now going in here and just coming in with the chest stomps and following up with that forearm strike right to the side of the head. That is the kind of offense. I mean, when you're getting attacked by someone like Chris Princess, someone as brutal as Chris Princess, you can't go with traditional pro wrestling offense because this is not a match. This is a pure brawl.
Oh!
And look at that. Just smashing him with his whole body there.
Yeah, just going all high risk, high reward, and showing off to the fans as well. And oh my god! This was absolutely brutal last week as Chris Princess just speared Greteri into that. God. It is time for Vindication 5.13. 1 week removed from Gold in the Bank, and what a show that was last week. I am Joey Sinclair, joined by Jay Scott. And Jay, what a show we have in store for you tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Look, I have taken a look at what we have got on tap, and it is, I mean, just tremendous. Coming after such a huge week in the form of Gold in the Bank, the changes that we saw unfold, the briefcases falling into the hands of their new owners, the whole world of CWL, the whole landscape is, I mean, it's just about to change completely, and Jasper Starr could be looking to get a little change of his own and get a win over Isaac here to start the night off.
Yeah, he wasn't able to make into that Gold in the Bank match after losing to Lucas Button, but now he's looking to bounce back and get a big win here against Isaac.
The opening match of Vindication is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing 210 pounds, from Kingston upon Thames, England, Jasper Starr.
And Jasper Starr making his way down to the ring, looking to redeem himself a bit after, taking a tough loss against Lucas Button, and then also in that kind of handicap 3-on-2 match where the Fabulous Furious Freaks just beat down the Crimson Dragons.
It was pretty significant, and that is something that Jasper is definitely going to want to bounce back from here tonight.
And his opponent, weighing in at 206 pounds, from Los Angeles, California,
Isaac as well, looking to give himself another big win and build on some momentum heading into the rest of the season. Isaac, a decorated superstar here in the CWL, and his resume just speaks for himself. But, even if your resume is that good, you have to get yourself wins at some point. You can't just live off that for most of your career.
No, you're absolutely right. Wrestling is all about collecting that winner's purse at the end of the night. If you're not picking up the big bucks, you're not really a mover and shaker in this industry. And in my opinion, Isaac's time has long passed. He's signed himself over to the Church of Steel, a group that has really done nothing for him and is kind of falling around in tatters around him. He is one of the few remaining members, and quite honestly, I don't really see what it's getting him. I don't think it's going to get him the win over Jasper Star tonight. Hell, I despise Jasper Star. I think he's a total goofball, but I think he's going to totally destroy. I think he's going to dismantle Isaac tonight, because Isaac's gone in a whole other direction, a direction that's not going to net him anything close to victory.
We'll see if that will happen as the referee rings the bell. And you said that, maybe Isaac's time has passed, but, he does have the experience. Well, he's a great superstar. There's a reason why he is a former Discord champion, a former Vindication heavyweight champion. We know he has the skills, but can he rejuvenate him against Jasper Star here tonight?
I hear what you're saying, and here's what I'm going to say back. Jasper Star is no longer a rookie. This is a man who we used to think of as, when he would get wins, we would think of it as beginner's luck. We can't think of it that way anymore. This is a guy who has cut his teeth in the Vindication ring. He has served his time as a member of the Crimson Dragons. This is a guy that knows what's what in and outside of that ring, and when he's getting the advantage here, when he's winning, it's because of his own veteran experience and his own skills.
Only a 1 count, as Jasper Star was able to power out, as it's going to take a lot more to take down, from a rookie to now a bit of an experienced wrestler here on Vindication. But Isaac making sure not to let up one bit, have him in a suplex position, but Jasper Star able to fight back and take down Isaac with a Hurricane Rana.
And rookie or not, I gotta think that Isaac's surprised considering how well Jasper Star fought back after receiving that devastating lariat. I mean, Isaac's powerful arms could crush a lesser opponent's chest. Handily. But Jasper Star was able to power out just after the count of 1. That really speaks to this young man's resilience.
Yeah, and now Jasper Star working on the leg. Could be wearing down the leg, so that championship winner super kick is not as effective as it usually could be. So great studying there from Jasper Star, knowing what Isaac uses as his offense. But right now, it's not doing much as he just drops him down with a leg drop. And Isaac not relenting one bit with that innovative offense, doing a bit of a slide and taking down Jasper Star and not letting up one bit. Oh, beautiful senton there into the pinfall. 1, 2, no. Getting the shoulder up at the 2 count.
Very smart, though, from Isaac, just focusing on that upper chest, making it difficult here for Jasper Star to breathe, and now spiking him down on the back, once again going to impact the breathing. We know that Jasper Star likes to try to end his matches with that Nova Lock submission, and when you are the one applying a submission hold, your breathing has got to be very carefully controlled, because if you let your strength slip, if you let it sap for just a second, your opponent might find a weakness, a moment of opportunity to power out or trick their way out of your submission hold. So Jasper Star has got to be very careful that no more of Isaac's offense is able to find its way onto his vulnerable chest and back.
Yeah, like you said there. And oh, that beautiful move there by Jasper Star. But could that be it? No, Jasper Star not going into the pinfall, knowing he has to wear down Isaac even more with a lifting reverse DDT there by Jasper Star. And now could be calling up Isaac for that Nova lock. And it looks like it's locked in. Brings Isaac down to the ground, crossing the legs. Will this be enough to make Isaac tap out?
Has the damage to the ribs and back been significant enough to kind of compromise the effectiveness of the Nova Lock? Perhaps so, because Jasper Star is forced to let it go.
Yeah, it maybe felt Isaac trying to find a way to work out of that submission, that Nova Lock, and he had to let go to make sure that Isaac didn't get that much of the advantage. But now, beautiful Swanton bomb there by Isaac, and now looking to work down on Jasper Star even more, but Jasper Star able to work himself out of that suplex position again. Backslide driver takes down Isaac, and Jasper Star looks to be getting the momentum.
He's dumping him on the back of his neck here and now leaping up, delivering this series of strikes. I have to say, I was a little nervous about the condition of Jasper Star's breathing, but if he's able to go like that at this point in the match, I mean, he has a long way to go before he's going to even think of losing. And now going for the pinfall.
Move again, 1, 2, 3, and Jasper Star getting himself a great win here, gets a decorated superstar in Isaac, and you know, what a great win for Jasper Star to bounce back from his bit of a cold streak that he's been on.
The winner of the match, Jasper Star.
And a big win here for Jasper Star, beating down on Isaac, and a win not only just for himself, but also the Crimson Dragons, who have been on a cold streak just as a group together.
Look, I completely agree with you. This was a huge win for Jasper Star. We often call him the big man on campus, but this is really one of those times where you truly feel it. This is a triumphant moment for Jasper Star, and certainly a great way to start off Vindication tonight. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Oh, and it looks like up next, we have William Black making his way down during a loss to the Broken Standard last week. But it looks like he's grabbing a microphone here. Let's see what the Wolf at War has to say.
For a long time now, I have felt a piece of me missing. Like something was holding me back. Sure, I would have good nights or even good runs with the title, but I always felt like I was dragging. You know, in a video game, when your character walks into water or sand and it drags you? Like, no matter how much momentum you have or how successful you are, you will always get pulled back to a crawl. That's me. I used to think I just hadn't found the right partner. Or maybe I was being too aggressive. Or maybe, just maybe, I wasn't good enough. But at the end of it all, I think I know the reason. I have yet to shake the shadow of Efed. Since season 1, he has been a nagging shadow just hovering over me, waiting for a chance to end any success I may have. Hell, he even took the Twitch title from me once upon a time. I think it's time to return the favor. Efed, I want your ass in this ring for the Twitch title. You named the place and the stipulation. It's time for me to escape your shadow.
And big words there from William Black, looking to get himself some revenge and take away something that was taken from him, that Twitch championship.
I mean, William Black contesting for that Twitch championship is, I mean, it's a huge hurdle for Efed to overcome. he's overcome the new star of KARL Stone, but will he be able to do the same for the CWL legend of William Black? And I mean, we have two legends in the making here with Lady Brittania going one-on-one with Kumiyo Ishimoto. Kumiyo, definitely someone who's attracted everyone's attention in her recent performances, and Lady Brittania, our new Gold in the Bank winner.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 120 pounds, from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, Lady Brittania.
And Lady Brittania now, your Gold in the Bank briefcase holder, but it looks like she's not holding it as she makes her way down to the ring, which is interesting. I would think when you win something like Gold in the Bank, you would want to flaunt that. You would want to show people how hard you worked for that briefcase, but I guess Lady Brittania's taking a different route with it.
It's interesting too because, you know, we really haven't heard from her plans in regards to what she plans to do with that briefcase. You know, I've heard it said by previous Gold in the Bank winners that they almost want people to forget that they won the briefcase entirely so they have that kind of advantage of surprise over a potential champion. Maybe that's what Brittania is going for.
And her opponent, weighing 171 pounds, from Kyoto, Japan, Kumiyo Ishimoto.
Unsuccessful to win at Gold in the Bank, Kumiyo Ishimoto is looking to rebound after taking not really a loss, but it is really a loss when you think about it. You know, not being able to be holding that briefcase after all the pain that you went through in a vicious match such as that Gold in the Bank ladder match. It has to be, you know, devastating to not be on the winning side of that. And now you're facing off against the person that just won that match. And Kumiyo, you know, there has to be a bit of anger flowing through her veins as she sees the person that she just lost to last week.
Oh, I think there's a lot of anger, and if I'm Lady Brittania, I want to steer well clear of Kumiyo. I mean, get this match over as quickly as possible, maybe take a count-out loss even, because Brittania managed to win that briefcase. If it was a one-on-one match, as Kumiyo's about to show, she would have dismantled Brittania, and I think we were about to see a very, very angry, very, very dangerous woman exact her revenge on a, British punk rock upstart or wherever Lady Brittania is.
Yeah, it's interesting you talk about revenge at Gold in the Bank. This is also a bit of revenge for Lady Brittania. Kumiyo's debut on Vindication was against Lady Brittania, and Brittania lost that match. Now, Brittania, both of these women have different types of revenge going into this match. Brittania wanting to redeem herself after she took a loss to Kumiyo on her debut, but Kumiyo also angry that she wasn't able to win at Gold in the Bank.
Absolutely. Look, and she is going to make Lady Brittania feel every bit of that displeasure, tossing her roughly over the top rope. And, I mean, we know how dangerous the outside of a CWL ring can get. And Lady Brittania managing to fight back, but swatting the dropkick away. Oh, look at these two just exchanging strikes like crazy on the outside.
Yeah, but Brittania going back to what might be her comfort zone in the ring, but Kumiyo not letting that happen one bit. As even though it might be her comfort zone, that stretch cannot be comfortable one bit.
Oh God, folding her up like an accordion, that is not what you want to see at all. And now, oh, brutally twisting the elbow socket inside out. I cannot imagine this is good tidings for delivering that time stopper or the Jordy driver, both moves which require a significant amount of arm power.
Yeah, and Kumiyo, we see her kind of revenge winning out here. She just slams Brittania's head into that turnbuckle multiple times. As this Kumiyo is kind of like a different Kumiyo than the ones that we've usually seen here in the CWO. And now a cool-blooded combo right on the jaw. That knee strike could be enough. 1, 2. No, a kick out at 2, as that knee strike was not enough to finish the job.
And this is really significant because in this match, we're seeing Brittania go up against someone who is really of championship caliber as she delivers that boom! Golden
Golden
standard.
standard, 2, 3, and Kumiyo Ishimoto making quick work of the Bank briefcase holder.
Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Kumiyo represents someone who can easily compete at a championship level. If Brittania can't manage to go more than a couple of minutes against her, does she ever really have a chance of cashing in that briefcase at a successful title reign?
The winner of the match, Kumiyo Ishimoto.
Kumiyo Ishimoto with a big victory here, the Golden Prodigy, and also might have found a golden opportunity in beating the Bank briefcase winner. But I've just gotten some news that it looks like the 13's preparing some sort of thing. Let's see what it's going to be.
As many as you all know, the 13 failed to capture that briefcase on Sunday. But fear not, because the 13 has another idea to get gold around his waist. Because the 13 is here to challenge the broken standard for those tag team titles. And 13 knows that this will be a tough challenge, but he knows that they can be toppled. Oh, and if you think that 13 doesn't have a partner, then you are poorly mistaken, because he very much does have a partner, and he will be revealed next week. So until then, keep your eyes peeled. And Broken Standard, keep those titles nice and shiny for us.
And the 13 looks to have a plan after losing at Golden in the Bank, but challenging the Broken Standard, I cannot agree with this type of plan, Jay.
I mean, it's extremely dangerous and extremely confident. And another confident woman, or a confident woman, another confident competitor, I should say, Alexandra Marie, looking to challenge Valencia here tonight. You know, personally, I can't condone that course of action considering how dominant Valencia has been through her entire tenure here in CWL. But Alexandra Marie thinks she's the one for the job to take Valencia down a peg tonight.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, representing the fabulous, furious Freaks, weighing 135 pounds, from San Jose, California, Valencia.
The Vindication Women's Champion, taking that title off of what we thought to be an impenetrable, barrier with Caitlyn holding that championship, but Valencia was able to break through that and got the win over Caitlyn, and now she stands here as your Vindication Women's Champion.
Absolutely, and in my opinion, she is not going to let that title slip through her fingers anytime soon. Although there is a bevy of extremely qualified and capable challengers, I think Valencia has what it takes in terms of raw ability and veteran experience to keep that title on her for, months to come.
Yeah, and we also know that, she wants to be a fighting champion. We saw her, just call out the entire Vindication Women's roster and running a challenge. It looks like Alexandra Marie is going to be the first one to step up, but it also could be the first victim for Valencia, and we're going to find out here tonight.
She just revels in the adoration of the crowd. She knows just how good she is. She knows how capable and able she is as a champion, as a wrestler, and she is going to teach Alexandra Marie all about that tonight in this match.
And her opponent, weighing 145 pounds, from Hollywood, California, Alexandra Marie.
And Alexandra Marie making her way down to the ring, who has finally separated herself from Olivia Mistral and just the entirety of the Church of Steel. And what a great opportunity it is for this young superstar to face off against Valencia. And if she can get a win against Valencia here tonight, she's the first one up. She has to be the #1 contender for that Vindication Women's title. And we could see the new Vindication Women's Champion standing right in front of us.
I have said it before, and I will say it again. Alexandra Marie is one of the most underappreciated women on this entire roster. We have seen again and again that she has what it takes to get the advantage over her opponents when they're ready for her, sometimes when they're not ready for her, but all the time she has that X factor, that intrinsic understanding of how professional wrestling works that will allow her to conquer not just Valencia here tonight, but countless other women in the future.
And we'll see if she's able to use that X factor to her advantage as a tie-up here, but Valencia quickly going to work the arm. But Alexandra Marie reversing and working the arm in herself, but now a headlock here by Valencia as these two exchanging holds into this match rather quickly. Is now Valencia just wrenching back on the arm of Alexandra Marie and just takes her down, sweeping the leg.
She managed to turn that wrist lock into a hammer lock, but Valencia turned it into that hammer lock of her own and now has the significant advantage. But Alexandra managing to come back, just clubbing her with strikes across the back of the head, but not quite enough.
Yeah, and for a inexperienced wrestler in Alexandra Marie, what do you think she has to do to outsmart someone that has been here from the very start? A 7-time Vindication Women's Champion. What do you have to do to try, as an inexperienced wrestler, to try and outsmart someone of the likes of Valencia?
That is a fantastic question. You are absolutely right. It will be a big hurdle for Alexandra to overcome the undeniable experience and undeniable ability of Valencia in this match. But if there's one thing we've learned about Alexandra Marie, it is that she is a very fast learner. So in the unlikely event that she does lose to Valencia tonight, just know that she will be packing all the tools to succeed in their next matchup. But don't be surprised if you see her kind of adapt on the fly over the course of this match as well.
Yeah, but Valencia making sure that doesn't happen one bit, is now trying to just scramble the brains of Alexandra Marie, slamming her head on the turnbuckle multiple times until she could just fall onto the floor. But Valencia not holding back one bit, and that ripcord knee strike by Valencia, that could be enough. 1, 2, no, the shoulder up at 2, as Valencia, that vicious move that has put away so many competitors, just wasn't enough to finish it off here tonight.
The Thorn, not enough to put Alexandra Marie away, but look at this, transitioning immediately into the calf slicer, just pushing that foot right on the back of the knee. And, let me tell you, no human body is supposed to receive punishment in that way. It'll definitely soften Alexandra Marie up for whatever comes next. But hold on, is it possible? Look at that. She's managing to break out of this hold. Whatever Valencia had planned has been thwarted by the, tactical brilliance of Alexandra Marie.
Now just slapping her silly until she just stumbles back, and now has her to an octopus stretch. Alexandra Marie wrenching back on the arm of Valencia. Could this be enough? Will Valencia tap out here? No, it looks like Valencia able to get out of that hold with that drop toe hold by Valencia. And we were saying about how Alexandra Marie was a fast learner. We saw it when Valencia was going to finish off that match, he was able to reverse.
And now, surviving this combination of suplexes, although just barely, it is going to take a lot for Alexandra Marie to be capable in this match, or to get the victory in this match, I should say, after all the punishment she's received.
Yeah, and especially not after those forearms into that sling blade. It clearly won't help one bit. Is now that knee strike, the Thorn right on the 10. Could be the money shot here. 1, 2, no. Alexandra Marie once again getting that shoulder up at the last second.
Now, if she can survive whatever Valencia has planned next, she might have that opening. But as it stands, things are looking pretty bad for Alexandra Marie. And now turning it over, the clover, or I should say the sharpshooter cinched in. And that's it. Alexandra Marie forced to tap out as the pressure is applied to the back and abdomen.
Yeah, it was, good effort, good fight from Alexandra Marie. But it just wasn't enough to defeat the experience of Valencia.
The winner of the match, Valencia.
Valencia able to put down Alexandria Marie here tonight, taking down one person that could be a challenger for that Vindication Women's title. And I think the question Valencia might be asking is who is going to be next for her in that ring.
Well, we have no shortage of extremely capable and, quickly rising contenders on the horizon. I mean, I would hazard a guess that if I was to pick, someone like Kumiyo Ishimoto might be next up.
Yeah, it will definitely be very interesting who is next
quote
to
me on
step
that,
up. It will be very interesting to see who steps up next for the Vindication Women's title. And as you were talking about rising stars, we have two rising stars here in KARL Stone and Rayo Dorado. We saw Rayo Dorado beat down on KARL Stone after he took a tough loss to E-Bag in that Twitch title match. And now these two, Stone found Garnet Court, Rayo Dorado found Xander Woods. Let's see who's going to get the win here tonight.
The following tag team match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, the team of, from Washington, D.C., weighing 196 pounds, the Snake, KARL Stone.
KARL Stone now making his way down to the ring. And, there's two parts about this match I think about. One, KARL Stone, he took a tough loss against E-Bag. It came out of nowhere. It was a roll-up. And that happened in, the first 2 minutes. The match has to be absolutely devastating for KARL Stone, but he's looking to bounce back here and get a win here tonight. But not only just that, he also wants revenge against Rayo Dorado, who beat down on KARL Stone after that Twitch title match. And not even just that, Rayo Dorado, he just did a shooting star press from the ring to the floor. So KARL Stone, he has to be filled with revenge here tonight.
Well, absolutely. He certainly took quite a beating at the hands of El Rayo Dorado, but will he be triumphant, especially with a partner like Garnet Court in his corner, I should say? That remains to be seen.
And his tag team partner, Garnet Court.
Garnet Court looking to join his tag team partner in the ring. It's going to be interesting to see what Garnet Court has to bring here tonight. As he we haven't seen much of him here in season 5. And, if he's able to help out KARL Stone and get a victory here tonight, it would be, a bit of a confidence booster for him.
I mean, absolutely. I know that there is some positive, some mutual respect between these two men. I've heard Garnet Court speaking highly of KARL Stone, so perhaps that relationship between the two of them could, cement the chemistry, cement the ability between them that could lead to them getting a win in this tag team matchup. It all depends on, the respect and the knowledge and the familiarity between the two partners. And if Garnet Court and KARL Stone have been talking in advance of this at all, if they've been, strategizing, that could be the deciding factor.
Yeah, it's going to be about who has more chemistry with each other? Will it be Garnet Court and KARL Stone, or will it be El Rayo Dorado and Xander Woods?
And their opponents, weighing 235 pounds, from Guadalajara, Mexico, El Rayo Dorado.
And El Rayo Dorado looking to finish off what he started against KARL Stone here tonight.
And absolutely, if you're standing in Rayo Dorado's shoes, you can completely understand why he sees KARL Stone as such a disgrace. He looks at KARL Stone, Rayo, who is a member of such a prominent Lucha Libre family, and he sees a pretender to the throne, an embarrassment to El Legado de Lucha Libre. And this is the very kind of thing that Rayo Dorado has sworn to stamp out. False luchadors. People who kind of go up to the top rope, do a shooting star press, and think that they are just as good as a Blue Demon or a Rey Mysterio. Rayo Dorado, extremely correctly, is doing justice in this wrestling ring tonight.
And his tag team partner, Xander Woods.
And Xander Woods now making his way down to the ring. And out of all of these competitors here, right now, he has the most recent experience with being in a tag team. We know that he's kind of been on and off with Ryan Quinn, and we'll see if anything happens with that. But Xander Woods, looking to help out Rayo Dorado with his problem here in KARL Stone. We'll see how capable he is of doing that here tonight.
I don't know how closely Xander Woods really identifies with Rayo Dorado's crusade against KARL Stone. I think he's just a guy who's out looking for a fight, because if there's one thing that Xander Woods loves, it is getting in between this. It is getting inside that squared circle, getting in between those ropes, and bloodying his knuckles a little bit, having a little bit of good old-fashioned wrestling, a little bit of good old-fashioned brawling, and I think that's what he's looking to accomplish. However, I don't think he has that kind of mutual respect, mutual understanding with Rayo Dorado that KARL Stone and Garnet Court may have, and that could cause his team to come up short in this contest.
Yeah, I think Garnet, we see Garnet Court and KARL Stone, prepping themselves. They were talking to each other, trying to figure out a plan to get the win here tonight. And we'll see if that plan will come into fruition as we see these two luchadors starting off this match. And KARL Stone with a head scissors there, taking down El Rayo Dorado, not forgetting how he was attacked 2 weeks ago.
And look at that, bouncing immediately off the ropes, looking to perhaps dish out a huge Spanish fly to KARL Stone, but Stone turning it immediately into a huge arm-hooked suplex, and now looking for a little bit of tag team chemistry, tag team partnership with Garnet Court, giving Garnet Court his first little bit of in-ring action here. And I gotta say, I am tremendously excited to see how these two progress as a team. And, well, I was thinking that perhaps Garnet Court could be looking to get right out of this thing, but charging into the corner seemed to not pay off for Court the way he was anticipating.
Oh, and a vicious slam there by El Rayo Dorado. Now, Jay, you're a bit of a tag team expert. What do you think is the best strategy for these two teams to go about in this match here tonight?
First of all, thank you for finally giving me the credit I deserve. I'm not just a tag team expert, I'll have you know, I'm also a tag team visionary, but in this case, what we're dealing at is two very similar tag team kind of layouts. You've got one big brawler or grappler, and then you've got a quick kind of smaller luchador type wrestler. And in both situations, these teams are going to want to keep their respective luchadors in the ring for longer periods of time to tire out and kind of bring down the stamina of their opponents, and then bring down Garnet Court or Xander Woods in either case to deliver those heavy hits. I would not advise either team to do what they're doing right now, which is keeping Xander Woods and Garnet Court in on the early runs. So I was going to say, if Garnet Court is able to make a tag here, it could pay big dividends for their team down the line.
Yeah, but like you said, these two, out of all of them, like you said with Xander Woods, he's looking for, if I may, Garnet Court might be looking for a bit of one here tonight as well. And as I say that, he gets the tag in to KARL Stone and using the strategy like you said.
Well, I think this is evidence to the fact that they have been kind of fraternizing, cooperating before the match even began. And I think that significantly increases their chances of winning because they know that KARL Stone is the guy who can run the distance. He is the guy who has the ability to make this a 30, 40, even an hour-long match if need be. While Garnet Court, while he may not have as much stamina, he certainly has more strength. So it is going to really pay off for KARL Stone to stay in this thing for quite a while, weakening up both Rayo and Xander Woods before letting Garnet Court come and sweep up the wreckage that remains.
Yeah, you make a great point there with KARL, could be the more, wrestler with better stamina, as it looks like he's going to the apron now, calling up Xander Woods, and he could go in for that red line money right there on the jaw there for KARL Stone. And now a beautiful kind of corkscrew shooting star of sorts, and now calling up Xander Woods. Snake bite connects the fangs, getting stuck into Xander Woods. 2 count, but no. Rayo Dorado able to break it up, but facing the punishment of that first into a Hurricane Rana. And now a suplex from Garnet Court. As you're saying, this chemistry is honestly incredible from the two competitors with KARL Stone and Garnet Court.
Absolutely, KARL Stone breaking it down in all kinds of ways, not just breaking down the defenses of El Rayo Dorado, but also breaking down some sick moves on the mat there. I believe that's the shucky ducky quack quack style of dancing, and now just wrenching on the neck here with that Rings of Saturn attempt.
Could it be enough to make Xander Woods tap out? Looks like not, as Woods able to power out. And Woods, I would have to say, he probably needs to get a tag in, as Garnet Court just clocked him right on the side of the head, and that isn't going to do any help for Xander Woods.
I think we have reached the point in this match where it is time for Garnet Court to start picking up the pieces, and that boot to Xander Woods' face is certainly going to help in that.
Big vertical suplex there from Garnet Court, trying to clean up here tonight. But no, Xander Woods fighting back, getting Garnet Court into his corner of the ring. And now looks to just stomp out Garnet Court in a tag in from Rayo Dorado, and stomping on Garnet Court himself, as now we have a bit of chemistry coming from this team as well, getting in those quick tags in, stomping right on the gut of Garnet Court, and now running, boom, drop kick right to the gut, and that could be enough. But no, smart move there from Garnet Court, able to roll out of the ring.
And Rayo perhaps looking to get a little bit of a running start in his offense, but now he's just kind of stalking Court on the outside and catching him with that high kick. This is very bad news for Garnet Court if he lets himself get sequestered here on the outside. In total no man's land, very far away from making a tag as Rayo continues to take control.
Yeah, did you see that athleticism there from El Rayo Dorado? Garnet Court just shoved him to the ground, and then right as that happened, Rayo Dorado just immediately kicked up like it was nothing, and now looking to bring it back into the ring, but Garnet Court does it himself, and now vicious back elbow there from Garnet Court, but Rayo Dorado just shaking it off, chop there, running the ropes, and then to a big drop kick.
Drop kick to the side of the head. That is, I mean, connecting square on the ear. That can make your head ring, and if you're not careful, it can knock you clean out if you're not defending yourself. Making contact to the ear is one of the most unpleasant things a wrestler can experience, and it could have shaken up Court enough that he can't see what Rayo Dorado's preparing, but I spoke too soon. Court able to just completely arm drag him all the way almost across the ring.
My God, a vicious powerbomb from Garnet Court, who just threw Rayo Dorado across the ring in his head, landing on the turnbuckles, and Garnet Court not stopping, one big cross in the legs, slamming him right back down on the mat, and that could be enough into the pinfall here quickly. 1, 2, 3. That 3 count. Almost, but it wasn't enough as Rayo Dorado just kicked out at the very last second.
I mean, at the very last second, and the thing that I'm more surprised about is the fact that Xander Woods did not attempt to break up that pinfall. I mean, just goes to show how, much these two are struggling to stay on the same page. They did have that flash of brilliance with that stomp combination, but they are going to need to keep that up to kind of compete with the level of, competence and really tag team excellence that Stone and Court have been displaying so far in this match.
Yeah, it could be that, Xander Woods might be a bit gassed as we see him, he's draping himself on the apron, but Rayo Dorado could be able to finish off this match. Oh my God, what a vicious elbow strike to the back of KARL Stone's head. 1, 2, no, kick out at 2 from Stone. That elbow strike just wasn't enough to finish the job, as now Rayo Dorado getting behind KARL Stone. KARL Stone had him, fighting back. Snake bite! Oh my God! Out of nowhere, these two are just exchanging holds. That could be enough to finish it. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Again, Rayo Dorado just barely kicking out at the last second. And if this doesn't show anything, it's showing how tough Rayo Dorado is here tonight.
You are so right. He had him dead to rights with that snake bite, but somehow, perhaps out of pure rage, pure animosity, Rayo Dorado was able to collect himself, find a little strength deep at the core of his being, and come back and deliver that crushing CWL special.
The CWL special. 15-foot drop onto that padded concrete. That cannot help neither of these men as they just fighting it on the outside, but a vicious jumping back kick there from KARL Stone and throwing El Dorado into the ring, and just has to get a tag in here as KARL Stone up to the top rope, but Xander Woods wasn't able to see it. Hurricane Rana from the top rope takes down Xander Woods, and KARL Stone looking to follow up quickly, up back to the top rope once again.
My God, the Exodus crash, just absolutely destroying the ribcage. 2, 3. KARL Stone and Garnet Court get the victory.
What a beautiful win here. That beautiful Exodus crash, like you said, was enough to finally finish it off. And it looks like the chemistry of Garnet Court and KARL Stone was enough to get the win here tonight.
The winners of the match, the team are The Snake, KARL Stone, Garnet Court.
What a big victory here it is for Garnet Court and KARL Stone. KARL getting a bit of revenge after that attack from Rayo Dorado and being able to pin Xander Woods. Great win, not only just for KARL Stone and Garnet Court, as we see these two look like a very capable tag team if they ever want to go down that path.
Indeed, but you got to think for both KARL Stone and Rayo Dorado, that resentment has got to still linger because Carl Stone didn't pin Rayo Dorado. He pinned Xander Woods, so you got to think there's a lot of beef between these two that still needs to be settled. But, I mean, people who have just been on an absolute tear at the beginning of this season, Flintlock Garcia and Kathryn Love. Kathryn Love is CWL legend, and Flintlock Garcia hoping to etch her name into the tablet of history herself. This is going to be a classic clash, no doubt about it.
You have Flintlock going against the experienced competitor in Kathryn Love. Let's see how she's able to fare off here tonight.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 142 pounds, hailing from the 7 Seas, Flintlock Garcia.
And Flintlock quickly making her way down to the ring, hyped as ever, even though she took a loss at Golden Bank, not able to get that briefcase. She's already always hyped as ever to get in that ring and give a good old beatdown.
Give or receive. I mean, with Kathryn Love on the other side, you never know how things are going to go.
And her opponent, weighing 132 pounds, from Boston, Massachusetts, Kathryn Love.
Kathryn Love looking to bounce back after a tough loss to Marilyn Benson a couple weeks ago. You know, Kathryn Love, you know, she hasn't had the best of seasons as of late, but it can always change in an instant, and Kathryn Love is looking to give a touch of love to Flintlock and, you know, give herself a bit of momentum heading on into the season.
Look, she's out here. She's a true CWL myth in the making. Kathryn Love here looking to just beat down Flintlock as this match is about to get underway.
We'll see if she's going to be able to do that. As we know, Flintlock has been very capable of getting wins here. We saw it before Golden in the Bank that Flintlock was able to get that win against the other two Vindication competitors. So while Flintlock may have lost at Golden in the Bank, if she's able to get a win here against Kathryn Love, it shows that, you know, while she wasn't able to win in a ladder match, Flintlock, you know, could be, you know, once he's looking for a challenger, it could very well be Flintlock if she keeps up on this run.
Now is this, you just lock up, getting pushed into the corner as Flintlock, and you have to expect that considering that Flintlock with her, I mean, pirate background isn't really the most technical grappler as they come, so you got to think in a pure, you know, hold-on-hold contest, Kathryn Love will come out on top. But when it comes down to the strikes, Flintlock may have the advantage, and perhaps with the power too, as she just spikes her with that German suplex.
A beautiful German suplex, but Kathryn Love did not like that one bit, responding with a vicious lariat as Flintlock went for a backhand, as these two seem to be going back and forth here, as, you know, oh, Kathryn Love not letting up, but that big boot finally dropped her. But Kathryn Love responding back and getting it back into the ring.
Getting almost decapitated with that big boot, but still managing to make a comeback. You know, she has all the knowledge, all the ability, and Kathryn Love is putting it all on display right here against Flintlock Garcia. And, you know, I understand that some people have really jumped on the Flintlock hype train, but in my opinion, she has a long way to go before she's anywhere near the level of, I mean, not even, you know, Kathryn Love, but just even in possible title contention regardless. She is someone who, you know, definitely has a lot of ambition, but does not yet really have the skill to capitalize on it.
Yeah, but, you know, she's showing her, you know, a bit of her skill here with that noodle lock. But no, Kathryn Love able to fight out of it as she's looking to teach a lesson to Flintlock Garcia and just taking her down and quickly into a pinfall after that, but only a 1 count as Flintlock was able to power out.
I mean, I think that that is really the advantage that Kathryn Love brings to this match. She doesn't have that kind of bravado or huge ego that she, you know, may have displayed in the past. She is able to keep a cool head under pressure, and when Flintlock, you know, pulled out that Moodalog, tried to kind of display a little bit of technical wrestling offense, tried to kind of meet her at her own game. It didn't make Kathryn Love upset. She was able to just calmly and coolly dismantle Flintlock's hold on her and has kind of maintained an advantage ever since.
Yeah, but now Flintlock looking to capitalize after getting out, and now quickly into a headlock here, trying to wear down Kathryn Love, but not having it one bit, able to get into her own headlock. And now Kathryn Love looking to get advantage here, sending her into the corner. And I think we might know what's up next. The elbow strike, running on the apron. It could be heartbreak for Flintlock Garcia, as now Kathryn Love looking to call up Flintlock, not finished just yet. And a big drop kick that just sends Flintlock flopping, and now and then going down to the floor. But Kathryn Love, high risk maneuver. Oh, missing the elbow strike, and that has to hurt the knees, just taking a landing like that. But Kathryn Love's just to be looking to shake it off.
Absolutely. I mean, with the precision of a military sharpshooter, Kathryn Love flies and returns to the sky twice. Flintlock was able to avoid the second one, but, Kathryn Love's comfort in the air should definitely be worrying to Flintlock, who does not have much aerial chops of her own, as I understand it. But hold on! The Tongan Death Grip applied out of nowhere!
That grip! Oh! And it looks like that's it! Quickly! Flintlock Garcia able to choke out Kathryn Love. That high-risk maneuver might have not been the smartest for Kathryn Love, as Flintlock gets the win here tonight.
I mean, Flintlock with that truly worrying grip strength, just able to crank the pressure tighter and tighter on Kathryn Love's windpipe, causing that huge submission victory.
The winner of the match, Flintlock Garcia.
And Flintlock showing that Tongan Death Grip is a hold that has to be reckoned here in the CWL, as it's taken out a couple of people now, as Flintlock getting herself more momentum heading into the rest of the season.
I mean, it's not often that you see, a pirate relic centuries old brought into a wrestling ring here in 2021. But, we have a lot of relics flying around, and Colin Prince himself, our Vindication heavyweight champion, has accused the Crimson Dragons of being kind of a relic of the past, and he is taking them down one by one. And while his agenda was disrupted by the huge arrival, the return of MD at Gold in the Bank, he has not let that shake him from his objective, and Max Shearman is the next dragon on his hit list.
Yeah, Colin Prince looking to take out all of the Crimson Dragons, like you said, Jay. But will Max Shearman be the next one? We're about to find out.
The main event of Vindication is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, representing the fabulous, furious Freaks, weighing 175 pounds, from Tokyo, Japan, your Vindication heavyweight champion, Colin Prince.
Colin Prince slowly, methodically, as your Vindication heavyweight champion, making his way down to the ring, looking to dismantle another one of the Crimson Dragons with that vicious spinning yapis that everyone has been knocked out of from the first shot. The only one has been what he calls his savior in Chris Princess. And Colin Prince is looking to add to that list in Max Shearman.
I mean, you're absolutely right. That move is just so deadly. I don't know if you've ever been hit with, a move like that, just spinning around and clobbering you. I mean, it reminds me of the deadly Uriken used by New Japan and All Japan Legends. And I mean, I have had the misfortune of being clobbered by a back fist, not by Colin Prince, so it wasn't quite as deadly, and it loosened up a few of my teeth, I'll tell you that.
Well, I would hope I wouldn't have been hit by one of those back fists. I mean, I'm here. There's a reason why I'm sitting at that desk and I'm not in that ring, as we know how vicious that back fist is, but we'll be able to take out Max Shearman.
And their opponents, weighing 225 pounds, from London, England, Max Shearman.
And a kind of, menacing presence for Colin Prince. It just has to be a bit in the slightest, as you're facing off against the guy that you can't even see except, the glowing clothes, the glowing jacket, I should say, or as he makes his way down to the ring.
Well, people have started calling him Bright Shearman, and I think that's a great word for it, considering just how many lumens does this man generate in terms of pure light power. I think he generates enough electricity to power a small city.
It might possibly be that, as a Max Shearman, he's looking to stand up for the Crimson Dragons, avenge one of the fallen dragons in Zistro Horror, who just lost after devastating losing to Colin Prince. And we'll see if he's able to get that win here tonight as the referee rings the bell. Your main event starts up, but Colin Prince looking to make quick work of Max Shearman.
Showing just how good he is by transitioning that front headlock immediately into a driver, just slamming his face down on the mat, but Max Shearman able to take control. These are two, just technical wizards going toe-to-toe at the moment.
Yeah, I know. Telling Colin Prince to bring it, and now, oh my god! A vicious DDT there on the apron. That has to scramble a few screws loose, as that apron is one of the hardest parts of the ring, but both men quickly making their way into the ring, and Colin Prince, not liking that he just got spiked on his head one bit, he just clobbers down on Max Shearman.
And now he has the arm and the leg hook, dragging him to the middle of the ring. What devious punishments does Colin Prince have in store?
Well, Max Shearman looks to avoid that any way possible, sweeping the leg, and Max Shearman looking to find any effective offense to get a win here against Colin Prince, who has looked almost unstoppable ever since he got that Vindication Heavyweight Championship from beating William Black in that first blood match.
Truly impressive, truly exciting. Colin Prince is a man who, has leveled up in a way I did not see coming in Season 5. This is absolutely huge, and you're totally right. He has been nigh unstoppable, and I just thought of him as a pure striker, I have to be honest, but the technical mastery, the hold-for-hold knowledge that Colin Prince has seemingly come without a nowhere ever since Season 5 began is really striking to me. No pun intended.
Yeah, now beautiful Falcon arrow there from Max Shearman, as this match has been a bit back and forth, as neither competitor is able to find a shot there. And as I say that, Colin Prince takes down Max Shearman from whatever he was going for and just turning him inside out with that lariat.
Got him here. Just these two have been dishing out so much punishment to one another. I have to say, this match, I would give it kind of 60-40 at this point, with the advantage going slightly to Prince. But Max Shearman has been doing everything he can, not just to stay alive, but to succeed in this match, going for the pinfall, but not even able to get the count of one.
Yeah, not even a one count here, as Colin Prince just both of these men just not figuring out what the finishing move might be for each other. But that, having the knee right across the back. No, Max Shearman able to get out of that hole, but then just gets clocked right in the jaw with that big boot. And Shearman stunned here, having to use the ropes to get up. But Colin Prince looking to capitalize that again, has him up on the ropes and just dropping him face first on the mat.
Ooh, looking for the Superman punch, but swatted out of the way here by Shearman. And look at Prince just turning that around, turning that move attempt around into a clobbering lariat. He is just so powerful with that upper body strength.
Yeah, it looks like he scouted that move, as that's the second time Shearman's gone for it, and the second time Colin was able to get out of that. And now, looking to slow down the pace of the match here, Colin Prince looking to wear down Max Shearman in that headlock, and the strength of Colin Prince here could be enough to, maybe even make it Max Shearman pass out. But as I say that, let's go the hard spinning, fist from out of nowhere. Quickly into the pin. 1, 2, 3. And another victim has been put onto the list of Colin Prince. That spinning fist was enough to get the win here tonight.
Just absolutely clobbering him, maybe knocking a tooth straight out of the mouth. Colin Prince is making the message known that he is an untouchable heavyweight champion.
The winner of the main event, Colin Prince.
Big win here from Colin Prince, taking down another one of the Crimson Dragons. But wait, what's that? Oh, really? Okay, it looks like before we go, MD has a few words. Let's see what he has to say for the CWL universe. And as I just said, MD making his way down to the ring. What a great comeback it was. We thought MD's career was over with that neck injury, but now he's back, and he made a message clear for Colin Prince as he took him out at the end of Gold in the Bank.
I mean, what does MD really... What does he want? What are his objectives? What are his goals? These are all questions that the man himself has yet to answer, but he promised us that we would get our answers tonight. And personally, I'm very curious as to what exactly his... is he going to chase right after that heavyweight championship? Does he have other things in mind? Is he going to regroup with the Crimson Dragons? They seem to be just as in the dark as we are.
Yeah, and we'll see what MD's plans are. I was just told that he's coming out here, and it looks like we're finally going to get all of our answers here tonight. And, just sinking it in as he's back in a ring. It's been a while for MD, so he just has to be so glad to be back in that ring. It looks like he's getting the mic. Let's see what MD has to say after return into a ring.
5 months. 5 freaking months. That is how long I've been away from the CWL universe. That is how long I've been away from Vindication. That is how long I've been missing from my home. After numerous months of surgeries and physiotherapy, I'm finally here. And I'm sure many people have questions about where I've been, what I've been doing, and most importantly, how I'm even here. Well, it all started back in late May. I had just moved back to Ireland when I received the news that my back was in a much worse condition than originally intended. Apparently, wrestling at Supremacy and making it to the Final Four on a bad back was not the best idea. I was told I would have to give up wrestling, that there was little to no hope to repair my back. After hearing this, I announced my retirement. At that time, I was convinced that I was never going to return, that my back would never recover. A few weeks go by, and then I received a phone call. It was from none other than Jacob Nitro. Before I could even ask how he got my phone number, he simply texted me a name, a location, and told me it was on the house. By the start of June, I was in Denmark and being treated by some of the best doctors in the world. The pain was immense, and I'm not gonna lie, there were points where I wanted to give up and quit. The pain was that bad, but I couldn't give up. I am 23, and there was no way I was gonna quit that easy. So for the next 4.5 months, I gritted my teeth and pushed through some of the worst pain I have ever experienced just so I could have the chance to come out that curtain one more time. And by God, I did just that. So now that I'm back, and now that I've told you all where I've been, let's talk about last week. If I didn't make it obvious, I want the Vindication Heavyweight Championship. That's all I wanted before Supremacy, and it's still the only thing on my mind right now. Colin, I've been watching you ever since I was put on the shelf, and I have to say that I'm impressed. You've really proved yourself over these last few months. Now that I've given you my praise, let me start off by saying that I don't like you, Colin. Ever since you gave up on each and every one of these people in the crowd, you've been nothing but a snake in the grass. An unpleasant surprise. Out of everybody on this roster, you are one of the last people I expected to be champion when I got back. But I can't deny the fact that you're tough. I saw what you did to Chris Prince's shadow band. That definitely raised some eyebrows. And I saw what you did to Zistro. That surprised a lot of people. But here's the thing, Colin. You haven't surprised me. You wanna know why? Guess who also beat Princess? Me. Guess who also beat Zistro? Me. And one last thing, guess who beat you? Me. I haven't forgotten what you did to me that night before verdict. How you powerbombed me in the mat, how you punched me in the jaw, and how you sold your pathetic little soul to Chris Princess. This isn't about the title, Colin. It's about settling a score. And I have done everything on this brand except win the Vindication Heavyweight Championship. And you just so happen to be the man that's standing in my way. I want to fight you, Colin. And I expect to hear back from you very soon.
And MD has made his message clear. It isn't just about the title. He wants revenge from that night on verdict. But will MD able to get it? We're going to find out what Colin Prince might say whenever. I've been Joey Sinclair. This has been Jay Scott. Have a nice night.